supposed to be like storms coming and stuff like that, so that's why the fears at the moment. But as you saw the title, another special edition of Bucks Talk. Call it Wednesday Bucks Day. I thought I was going to do it like one time only for the year. I talked about the Bucks on this past Monday. If y'all saw, so just decided Maddie's memory. I already know who that is. Appreciate it and hello. Um, so I'm mainly gonna talk about some other Buck stuff that I didn't get the chance to talk about on Monday. So it's just another like few days that people just can't get out of their mind that that Giannis is not gonna leave because it was mentioned like a bunch of times that okay he's not leaving. Okay, good. And plus he did hit it out as what? Let me see if I can pull that up. 'Cause I am also gonna do where's go to WFSO X.com and let me set that up before we officially get started. So there's a lot of stuff going on that like now some people was happy that that Cam's been called out and he just got hired with ESPN and stuff like that. Um, oh, that is interesting. Okay, so I did mention something. Wow. This is funny. There's just a lot of stuff that's covered up, and let's see. Okay, it is on there, so I don't have to go far. So I am going to move this a little bit, and we will talk about that. Hopefully, that doesn't go anywhere. So, okay, let me get this set up, and we can start pouring. Y'all see my other video on YouTube that I was talking about. V Dog 318. Hey, what's going on? Um, I wonder, I wonder if there's a way I can share. Okay, yeah, I forgot to do that earlier. So, if you guys don't mind me. I think I ain't got that many friends that interested, in bug stuff. So you know what? Why not? Just tag some of them anyway. Let's see. Static T. Hey, what's going on? Um, Reggie Reginald, join on TikTok. Hello. Um, just have some people on here, excited, to do like, okay, there we go. Yeah, let's see what some of them joins in. And, Edward Low 03. Hey, what's going on? Um, like every time y'all, like, y'all want me to say hi, give you a shout out or something like that, you can say something. So, just let us know. Like on with TikTok, people will say, say hi. So I will respond to that. And of course, on YouTube, same thing. And with Twitch, same thing. And Facebook Live, same thing. But we only doing WFSO 1 on Twitch today because the tablet I had did officially die, so I'm charging it right now, and I just thought I just need to get this out the way now before I forget. I was going to do it last night too, but I was like at the same time, it's like I gotta get rest, watch some videos and stuff before I head to work. Stanley Gilbert, hey, what's going on? Um, But yeah, that's the case is. So without further ado, let's just start this because I think I probably talked more than enough. Uh, Barry Cornwell, hey, what's going on? Um, anyway, so for y'all that watching the pre-recorded episode of this, welcome to the special edition of WFSO Bucks Talk Wednesday Bucks Day. So I did the other one on Monday, like Monday Bucks Day, and there's gonna be only one vibe gonna do. But there's some things that I missed out on the Monday special edition, and also what I missed with today. So Gideon Spencer, hello. Barry Cornwell, hello. Joseph Martin, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Okay, so you saw the title and stuff like that. We're gonna be talking about Buck stuff. Some of the stuff I made a miss Monday, and some stuff that's popping up in the last few days. Dorothy, Dorothy Smith. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Hello. Um, but anyway, so just talk about some stuff that we didn't catch up on Monday, and also some new stuff that been coming on yesterday and today. So probably for those who's watching, like looking at the screen right now on the pre-recorded episode, but I'm gonna tell you guys that too. But yeah, of course you know about Damian Lillard's situation that he's gonna be out for maybe most or all of the next season. So who knows? So Bucks Nation, that's another group on Facebook. So I guess they threw out some ideas to for that guard position. Because I know they wanted to have like a true point guard, which last season with the acquisition of Tim Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins trying to be called up to fit like the, one of the 15 people that like players that need to be on the roster for them letting go of I forgot I forgot his name, that center that they had, and like surprised they didn't use him none at all. So like some of those things I just don't understand. But anyways, I guess they're claiming that the Bucks are targeting Dennis Schroeder because he is a free agent. Saw him play like for Detroit, had a good showing there. Then you have Bruce Brown, but it just seemed like he was on the Bucks radar for like a while now. I think it was his last season. Before the Pacers ended up trading him for Hakim Siakam. It was just crazy. So speaking of the Pacers, yeah, they did one today. Boo hoo. Sorry, I just can't stand them. Not like the organization or anything like that, but just Tyrese Halliburton. Is it sad that you have a Wisconsin man, a player from Wisconsin, and he just like try to get on your nerves and thinking like he's all that like overconfident. Randy Taylor, 859. Hey, what's going on? So it was like just getting my nerves. So back to what we talking about. So it was Dennis Schroeder, Bruce Brown, and Tyrus Jones. Tyrus Jones, of course, played for Phoenix last year, and because Phoenix did really need a two-point guard, but all the efforts and stuff like that, they didn't even make it into the play. So, and of course, people mentioning that Giannis, still here, and it was like a tweet that he put out too. So, of course, this one that came out on Sunday, but about reporters make shocking decision on Buck's future. But we will get to that later. But I think so. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think the Bucks should get like one of those players, like Dennis Schroeder, Bruce Brown, or Tyus Jones? But I wouldn't get why they would bring Bruce Brown in, because like if they end up keeping Gary Trent Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr., and they still have AJ Green. Like they okay for a shooting guard. They'll just need like a point guard. Like because of course they're gonna have Ryan Rollins be on point. So with on Ryan Rollins over the summer because we got the summer league next month. So maybe some stuff we may see from that. So I can't wait for the summer league and I know the draft is like 2 weeks from today. So yeah, getting excited. Although I know the Bucks don't have a first round pick or anything like that, but they have a second round pick, and they do got the opportunity to do like cash consideration for buying another draft pick. So most likely it probably would be the second round because I seriously doubt it whether somebody would throw cash considerations and give up the number one pick or something like that. That's never gonna happen. So okay, we can move on from that and let's. Oh man, it might start over. So okay, just let me just get out of that and yeah, guys, y'all probably looking. This is Arthur Seth page. Let's see. Yeah, of course, he's telling me down live on Facebook. Of course. Um, it was. Oops, sorry. Bucks. Yeah, Bucks Nation. Yeah, I saw some of the stuff on. And of course, guys, I also have real Milwaukee Bucks fan Facebook page, so y'all get opportunity. Come on, check that out. Sunny Gain, hello, user 483-775-61017. What's going on? Um, let's see. Sorry guys. So okay, yeah, that video I saw. Like there's just people calling him to go, and I think Giannis just playing out like he just don't think that he is that. So that's fair. So you know what? One of the things like you can't complain. Like you just feel that stuff, is not finished. So while I'm on like Facebook here on Bucks Nation, and then probably want you guys to know, Rural Manecchio. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. Hello. Um, okay, they got this picture right here, and they said run it back, and they got Bobby Porter's right there. Sorry guys, it's icky, but see, because they said Bobby Portis is expected to run it back with the Bucks for year 11. Of course, he got the player option, but they're thinking he's probably thinking of signing of a either opting in or signing on a long term deal. So it depends what they're going to do with that because if he does opt out, because they would have more than let's see, the 23 million plus those other exceptions that I mentioned on Monday, and if Bobby Porter be off the books, it'll be 13 million they get to play. So let's just say they end up Bobby decides to decline and they end up signing him to like a bigger deal. So maybe like about maybe like 3-4 years, 15 million or something like that. So at least a little bit more they can give him. So I won't mind that he would have got the exact pay Lopez does because at least he deserves it more than Lopez. It was just like after the championship with Lopez, he was still up there, but you just see his feet he was just getting slower and slower. Secure the tribe. Welcome to the live. Um, but yeah, and okay, we got from this, but I'm just gonna put this anyway. We got from that, hearing about that, a few days ago, to this. Um, Bobby Porter is an emerging target for a West contender. Let's see, the 2023 national stint team might be in. And I already know who the team is. It's just like, can they just, because they were saying, their team is going to get Brook Lopez or trying to get Brook Lopez. And Now they want to try to go after Bobby. So I don't get it. So sorry. Let's see. The 30-year-old did not respond. That is one of the main questions being asked by Bucks fans right now. As the team tried to build a contending team after yet another first round exit for the third consecutive year. So it's just we can't even catch a break. Like we lost on Damian Lillard in Game 3. So I guess just thought Doc was trying to like do what he can. So it's like okay, we lost Dame this past playoffs. Last year it was Giannis was not be able to come back from that injury he had early April last year. Then you have Giannis was there like some games, but he was just like he got hurt. So there was just like only a few games that he played, and right, it does suck. So you probably would have been hoping like okay, maybe he can do something. But I think his play, Giannis's play in the playoffs, especially Game 5, besides the 50 points that he scored to like clinch the Larry O'Brien trophy, the game he had in Game 5, with a triple double, because it's like he hasn't had that many triple doubles in playoffs. So hopefully this will be turned for the best, and he starts to pass more, which all I ever ask is just like for him just to pass more, like just do that. But anyways, Bobby Portis did have some did they put that over there? Let's say reports reveal Portis is tagged as among major free agents this all season with the Golden State Warriors. We don't even know if he's going to accept this player option, but we already hearing that he's going to this and that. So I guess it's like one of those things like you can take it to a grain of salt. You can leave it until you see it. So and sometimes you can't rely on ESPN or Fox Sports or any other like I'm not gonna say cable media because I know I called them something else. I'll just say cable media. Then some of the social medias out here, and yep, there's the rain and there's the thunderstorm. So I guess they were right. Um, Teams executives expect Portis to have numerous potential landing spots in the mid-level market as well. Of course, Milwaukee could bring him back, which hopefully, either Bobby Portis accepts player option or wherever the case may be. So maybe because at least after next season they'll have more money to play with. Although they got some money to play with if they don't bring back Rick Lopez, which I'm from someone where I told y'all about it this past Monday that the Bucks are not going to resign because I think he wants too much money. But like the same thing that with Chris Middleton robbed us. Um, it's like the same thing, but it's like some of these players ain't worth it. It's like you're going down and declining, but you want this much. Yeah, and I'm surprised you didn't hear anything about Chris Middleton and some of this player option for the Wizards. So it'd be interesting in the possibility that he probably would, join will stay with Washington. So who knows? Um but anyways, okay, it's just mainly like yeah, it is yeah, and it's suspected to remain with the team, of course. So I wrote earlier on I thought Bobby would be a signed trade candidate after an opt out, which everybody was expecting, including Barrett himself, thinking like Bobby Portis for Jonathan Kaminga. Like you got Jonathan Kaminga, like is a good power forward at 6'8", but you got a taller guy with Bobby Portis that can do a lot of offense. And actually, this season, in my opinion, he got a little bit better in defense. So yeah, so just mainly just ran through that crap. So we can skip that and let's go to WFSO's oh yeah, there are a couple of videos we're gonna watch later. But okay, so hopefully they didn't get rid of everything good while I was looking for it. Let's see. Okay, now we ain't talking about him. Let's look for not thinking about that. Okay, so this is another one. So are the people who's going to brush off the fact that Shams was on ESPN every week for 2 straight months, knowingly lying just to generate more clicks for? And you got this from Brian Rearhorse. Like right now, there's no Giannis Antetokounmpo trade market. There is no Giannis Antetokounmpo trade discussions. He has not asked for it. But this, yeah, the Bucks are not looking to trade. So, Lynn, Jinnen, sorry if I got your name wrong. Welcome to the live. But yeah, you got some of the ESPN reports like Shams. I know we're saying, oh yeah, John's gonna get traded. John's gonna get traded. Then you got some of these people that's on here too, like on X, just saying like they should trade him, they should trade him. Okay, yeah, that's the fan saying there was never a doubt he is the city. Can't wait for October. So this is a funny thing too. I don't think I can ever find the But wait a minute, let me go back. Let me see if it was on here that I saw. There was something about maybe the Bucks would have an opportunity to I don't even think it was this one, but it was a mention that I think it was on the. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one too. So before we go on, I'm gonna turn this up, and this guy is just like wilding. Although this video was like at the end of March, he was talking about Costas out of Kumbo. So it's just funny. So let me let y'all like listen to this because this is funny, and there may be some foul language on this one. So I apologize. Oh, watch out! Hey, that boy punishing shit. Oh, this was me. The heads in the Kubo fucking play style. Thought Giannis was the only one with these capabilities. It ain't just broke his head crash on defense too. Give me that shit. Oh, I fucking contact was crazy. Why would you jump with this man? Giannis the Greek, this the Greek nasty boy. I don't know what to call this man. He punishing shit. I know y'all been waiting on a little skill work. That's cool. We got some finesse too. Ain't this fade with you, buddy. And as y'all can tell by that fade, that's not fully out there. This man who like drive a horse. Sodomite. I'm out here to physically dominate you, motherfucker. Yeah, shit. That man protecting the rip of his goddamn life. But the odds of the Kubo look like this shit means. You know who he sounds like? Tyrone. I'm Tyrone. Call that. That ass real life. Like y'all is the only nigga he ever seen who. That's another fadeaway for y'all boys too. Coach just went to that rip like he need business. Just throw that shit up. Y'all know some teams in the league that need this shit right now. Give me that shit. What is wrong with you? This man really thought he was gonna get this off. Boston ain't good. None of that shit. This man rolled to the rim with a fucking vengeance. All need to get the fuck out of his way. He bring that same energy to the other end. Give me that shit. Odds at the Kubo way of living. Slow Euro 2-step bang out. Odds at the Kubo's go hard as fuck for this shit. John is worried about the wrong rhythm. Get this one back to the league because we need him expeditious. Kubo thought he had an easy leg. Yeah, that's true. Easy leg. Some point in life, the odds at the Kubo said, fuck shooting that shit ain't paying the bill. He'll get as physically fit as possible and dominate shit. He ain't going for nothing out there. Talking anything come off that rim is his. You would have ducked for cover. Do it with it, boss buddy, just to get his shit. Set the fuck out of here. Man, look everywhere. This man really moving different out there. I ain't gonna lie. He trying to slow down, shoot a float. That shit set the half court. Get this for that one dude who gonna say, yeah, shoot. Over Joker. 3-ball. Get it out the net. Honestly, I don't know why these boys keep trying this man. That man out there tossing shit. That man Costas is a two-way enforcer out there. Hey, Costas entered the Kobo. So they was just showing highlights of coaches at Kumbo in the overseas. I don't know if he was playing for his team, Greece, or Greece had like a league or something like that. So I don't know. I just thought it just found it to be like well, the dude on there is like very funny. So it was like that one I just had to share. But okay, of course y'all probably saw this. It was something about Benson. So let me see if I can find it in maybe it is when you find it like Milwaukee Bucks and you see like a lot of people posting stuff. So sorry, I hate when Google do this. So I'll just keep on this side for a little bit. So I guess there's people I should be following. So let's just do that. Okay, so I didn't know this one about yesterday. So the Milwaukee Bucks had made Kyle Kuzma untouchable in all trade talks. So sorry for Barrett. Kyle Kuzma ain't going nowhere. Um, because of course you seen him like working out in the you know in the like over the summer. Like they showed a picture of him. Like, what I think it was this past Monday, I believe. I think I showed it to you guys too that he working out and stuff. Like okay, I think it's supposed to be the 2025, 26. It looks like it's supposed to be like starting lineup. So only thing I can figure out like who I don't know who this is. Of course AJ Green. I think that's Jonathan Kaminga if I'm correct. Then you got Giannis. Then you got Jericho Sims. So yeah, they really need to keep Jericho Sims. So yeah, and plus with this right here, what Giannis had actually said, it was on this page on this X account too. Said the finals are different. I hope to be back soon with the Bucks. So it just like ended all speculation that he plans to wait. Wait a minute. What is it? Of course, another false report, but what he said up here is true. But Giannis has effectively ended all speculation that he plans to demand a trade out of Milwaukee, which is a lie. Like I said, I hate some of these, social media accounts that, just making up stories just to like get clout or something like that. It's just so stupid. Um, okay, where is that one? So, even another post right here, they talk to Euro Hoops. And that's what he like actually said. Um, yeah, that's just saying Milwaukee. I'm just saying, looking at other stuff. So like, what? Well, oh yeah, another one that has plans to stay with it. But that's not what I'm looking for. So, oh okay. So this was earlier today, so I didn't see that either. So Milwaukee Bucks guard Kevin Porter Jr. is expected to decline his 2.55 million player option. So yeah, and they said the Bucks still hope to keep him. So I thought he had a good showing when the Bucks got him. So hopefully they'll work out a deal. Maybe because they got the biannual level section and the 2024 trade level exception too. So I mean 14.7 million. So of course with this, they probably do got a little bit more money to play with, like nearly 3 million. But they can probably do that and then some. Maybe like have him like raise his stock and be good. So most likely, I'm hoping like I guess if this is true, that I just hope the Bucks do talk to him on free agency, then keep. Um, okay, that's not it. I'm just stunned that okay, we know that already. It just sucks that you had this news and suddenly out of nowhere it just gone. Just like this pre-recorded episode right now. Right now it got me looking all frozen and stuff. So and can't even move a leg. Now on the because if I had no choice to turn it off, it's really like gonna mess up the recording. So I just really have to do this. I don't want to do it, but it seems like I ain't gonna have no choice. So this kind of sucks. Oh, stop. I should turn it off, then turn it right back on. So wherever gets saved and recorded, we're just gonna put that for you to pre-record it. It's just gonna put it as calm down. We're just gonna put that one as part two. Then I'm gonna set up record part two. What is wrong? There we go. So I know it's probably gonna stop recording, but hold on. This is gonna be funny too. So listen. Signing in. Oh, too late. So yes, open it back up. It's gonna suck because like I said, I'm not gonna redo the recording. So I know like that part is gonna be saved, but I'm probably just gonna end up having to do part one and part two. Although this is weird, and okay, somewhere it's probably gonna be on there. So um, if it don't, I apologize. Well, at least you guys like stuck in, watching live. So yeah, this sucks. Let's see, let's see. Okay, I apologize to you guys. I don't know if they actually going to show the part one on here. So this is actually like kind of part two. So just mainly like what we were talking about, before this laptop got froze. Um, just some stuff. So there is something on here if I can find it. I'm saying 10 hours ago that something about Kevin Porter Jr. is going to decline his player option. Well, like he has his right to, so I'm just hoping that that they will try to keep. Okay, yeah, that was earlier today. Like on first take, like I don't even watch that either because especially Stephen A. Smith. Thinking everybody should go to New York. Everybody should go to LA. Go to a big market. Screw that. Um. Oh wow. I think they just trying to be funny with this one, but I'm gonna laugh. So the Milwaukee Bucks had requested that the New York Knicks interview for their opening head coach position, but were denied. Oh my god! I think somebody was just making a joke out of that. So I don't believe that. But yeah, this is where we were saying that Kevin Porter will find a 2.55 million player option. So maybe he may even get a little bit more. Maybe uh, 4 years, about maybe I would say maybe 45 million or something like that. So that's what I think. He probably can get it builds up and increases. Like maybe you start with like 8 million, then it goes up. So that's a possibility. So of course yeah, they think he should be coaching Milwaukee, but you guys should know that it will be a day when they be smart enough let go of Doc Rivers, but not saying that they should, but it's just like one of those things that okay, if you're gonna keep him, then wait a minute. Yeah, that's impossible. course, we heard about that one. Um, okay, so I don't know where I can find it, but let's just go to home. Maybe there'll something will pop up. Oh, crap, I shouldn't have done that. But I'm just looking. Oh, okay, just got a couple of more followers for the WFSO X page. So let's go back to home and yeah. So of course, Shams and everybody, catching them. But then you had some people like agree on like he should leave, he should leave. So I'm thinking the guy is making much money where he's at now with the Bucks, and plus he got these citizenship deals and got his shoes coming out, which I really got to catch up on his shoes. But it's like this. So Shams said today on the Pat McAfee show, like Giannis brand is about loyalty right now. Brand right now, Jay lives and breathes loyalty, and that's his entire life. It is what fuels him. Okay, that's probably what just saying after what somebody was calling out. So they were saying that what they saying. I know a brand is your entire persona, but my God, straight clown show. So and I think Giannis, yeah, Giannis also called him out too. What in the world? Oh, okay. This is okay. This is why somebody will suggest that John Broome, 6'10", about 250, about nearly 19 points a game his senior year, and 11 rebounds and about 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. But probably can get better as a 3-point shooter, with 28% from three and 51% from the field, and free throws you got to work on. So I don't think they will like another person that started out and just like crazy enough. So also so that just gave me the idea. So sometime tomorrow we're gonna do like another let's see mock draft. We're using Fanspo. Ooh, hey, this one was on the look at. That's not it. And this was a funny thing too that they got okay, so the thing I'm looking for, which I cannot find right now, so another channel. Okay, Knicks had requested the New York Knicks had requested to speak with Atlanta Hawks head coach Quinn Snyder, but were firmly denied. Oh God, they just don't want nobody to coach the Knicks. That's just funny. Um, not even gonna go on that. I can't even find it. Even I'm trying to look for the oh yeah, I gotta watch that tomorrow as well. So okay, PJ Tucker said he's not retiring. Funny what Buster Newsom said. He isn't even his choice at this point. So if he staying with the Knicks or whatever, they ain't gonna sign him for like a better minimum. So and I don't think he's gonna get any playing time anytime soon wherever team he goes for. Like even if they end up deciding okay, Bucks signed him to a better minimum. Like is he even gonna get playing time? Okay, Nathan Pizarro. Like most of his opinions are good, but there's just some of them are just like, what are you talking about? So I continue to like the idea of the Bucks trading their 2031 first to get first in the draft. Oh, in this draft. Oh, okay. So you're thinking like trading a future first for like a first right now. there are some nice prospects in the mid to late first that will fit. Okay, you was just naming some people. So another thing that they're thinking of too that they said the Bucks would go, is that okay, I know just people just having fun with it. So if I see one more, it's not going to be funny anymore. Um, yeah, like we heard about them already, but I can't even forget what I was talking about. What many I was gonna talk about is like there was a picture of it was on one of these Bucks fans channel and whatnot. So the thing was that they were thinking like if you want to get a former All Star that's gonna be like end up have to get paid the vet minimum. They were thinking like they should go for Ben Simmons. Um, well, if you're gonna have him like stick, do like another Giannis situation, but you know, a person that not saying Giannis can't pass because he can, but Ben Simmons is like a little bit of a better passer than Giannis, but he doesn't shoot. Like he'll take it in for like a dunk or something like that, but he just Ben Simmons just don't shoot. But he is a good defensive player as well. So Brooklyn, they finally got rid of him to LA, and yeah, he'll be a free agent. And if they do decide, Ben Simmons on the vet minimum, because I think he was what like 27, 28, 29 or something like that. I'm not even sure how old he is. So maybe he's okay. Let me go to something. So then, okay, I don't know why they say it's small for. He's like kind of so here's his numbers from last season: 5 points a game, about 5 rebounds a game. But then again, he was like starting from the bench. Um, and about 6 assists, which is not too bad for him to be on the bench. But field goal is like 52%. So, oh, okay, so he's about to be 29 next month. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he's 28. Yeah, about to say, I was just making sure that he was still, has that side. So, yeah, 6'10". And I know he's out of that contract, that Philly has started him with, and other teams, Brooklyn, and was on that. He had his like dislike for Philadelphia. I guess like because they was on him for what he did in that playoffs that could have gotten him to the conference finals. So yeah, he wanted to leave, and they traded him to Brooklyn. And Brooklyn didn't want to keep him, so although they kept him for like what a year and a half, I believe. No, it'd be a full 2 years, I believe, including that half the season he got traded to the Clippers, and the half the season that he got traded to Brooklyn. So no, that can work. You will have a guy that has some size that can rebound, and although he can't shoot a three, but he can at least score in the paint. And, with Giannis, up in his game with his mid range shooting this past season, and was really decent on there with like 47% from the mid range. So yeah, that's pretty good. But like I said, these social media reports, they just is just a bunch of garbage. It really is. Um, Giannis on that fraud. What he said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For y'all that gonna see this on the premium card, this is what he said earlier today. Does anyone else miss Woj? Um, I do. I don't know, but like part of it is like ESPN is starting to fall on Fly as of late. I don't know, just ever since they just fall. My new favorite Bucks draft prospect, Jalen Williams. Go back to the month before the 2022 draft when Jalen Williams was still fairly low on the draft boards, and I had hope for that. Oh, I guess he thought that the Bucks were actually getting him, but they didn't. Um, did they 2022? Who did they get in 2022? See, that's sad. I can't even remember. Okay, so y'all probably already seen this, so it's like it's getting talked about enough. So, okay, this was like how Giannis ended up owning Shams. Sorry. There's a difference between being open-minded and, from what I am told, exploring other options. Actively exploring other options. There's a difference between doing that and asking for a trade. He's in the process of figuring out what he wants to do. Um. Okay. Yeah, that was me. Wrapping up. There was just a lot of people just like getting on him. Then you had some of these other ones just like this one. He really just won out, but then remembers everything he said before. So now he's trying to find a way to dip without making it too obvious. Oh my God, he is good as gone at this point. This is you're gonna hear some of these people saying that just because they want Giannis on their team. Because if you get all that traffic, people saying you should come here, you should come here. He must be the best player in the NBA. Y'all trying to drag him, to come to these big markets and stuff like that. Like, really? Oh yeah, and like this was pointed out too. Like, I did like do a trade on this, but I guess the question would be, like, how would they get, Kevin Durant from Phoenix? And the only option I came up with, either they do like a three-team trade or something, or they can trade him straight up, Kevin Durant for Damian Lillard, and they just trade Lillard, and then go he be sitting on in Phoenix just collecting a paycheck for most of the season or all season. So okay, this is another Shams one, so I just find this to be funny as well. So the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant, okay, well that part was true that so Kevin Durant went out of Phoenix. So there's like teams that's like Houston, San Antonio, Minnesota, Miami, and New York. Um, I don't see well the front court of him and Bam and Khalil Ware if they have him at the starting center. That would be a big lineup. I admit that. Kind of like the same thing you say, like if he, decide, okay, he want to go to the Bucks. Only trade they can do is like either have a three-team trade involved or 14 trade, and or no, I was just say or they trade him for Damian Lillard because the contract that they both making on this coming season is about the same. So yeah, they're getting paid the same. Yeah, like I said, these other ones like people just being stupid. Um, those aren't Bucks fans. Of course it ain't. Bucks fans being mad because Giannis wants to stay is hilarious. Like I said, some people, oh, it goes passing upcoming American Gladiators. Good for him. And he's from here too, so that's cool. But that's a good thing for him. You know, I will probably will end up watching more American Gladiators than I should when they release it. But it's gonna be on Amazon Prime, I believe. I know I was getting off the subject, and I still cannot find, that wait. I remain totally convinced that Colin Session can really help a contender. I think he's going to go for a price that feels low a year from now. He must be on this contract for the final season with the Utah Jazz. That's the only thing I can think of. But personally about the round things thing. Wait, okay. Washington Wizards could reportedly trade Jordan Poole, but okay. Around the league, there's one belief that Jordan Poole could be moved either on draft night or later this summer. So I know that we got them videos, we want to talk about, but I think we mainly talk about everything that we wanted to. But like I said, there's the rest of these other videos that talk about the Bucks. I'm probably just gonna watch it, separately, and not really, really talk that much about it. So I thought about, maybe get my reactions and stuff to these videos, but I'm not. So like I said, Bucks Dodgers, pointing out some stuff, and of course this ridiculous thing with Barrett. So I'm not gonna kill y'all with that. So it's not even worth it. I think he's just really, really upset because Chris Middleton is not there. And I watched his long draft video. No, he's like his rebuild with the Bucks. I'm just like, no, because I think it was like half of the. It was like about 2 years from now. You know how they do like on NBA on season. You can go up to like amount of years that you want to. Then you got I think it was around 2 years, like around the 2027 off season. He ended up getting Brooke. No, not Brooke, but he ended up getting Chris Middleton, and his numbers. Chris Middleton was decline. There was one point it was so bad, like the final season he played, Chris Middleton ended up, only 4 points a game. So, oh yeah, okay, and this joke right here too. So I'm gonna play this one because I think this one is really like a joke too. So I already put a thumbs down on it already. So
So this is kind of unfortunate if you like trades and like stars with two other teams and stuff like that. Giannis kind of spoke out about the NBA Finals, and he says, "I'm hungry for good basketball." He said the finals are different. I hope to be back soon with the Bucks. Now that just kind of clarified that he doesn't want to get traded from Milwaukee. He wants to stay with Milwaukee. He wants to win a championship with Milwaukee once
mm-hmm.
again. The only thing is like what's over there for you, Giannis, right? Like Brook Lopez.
um, it's not it's not how like NBA is like back in the past that you have to go to these big market cities just to like get cash or get money or something like that. So I'm sorry, but like I watched this video yesterday and I just want to show it to y'all and like and probably y'all on live can hear it. What a joke! Top notch hot takes. Yeah, it's just a joke. It's a joke.
This is probably going to leave. That has been reported. Dame's probably not going to play next season. Like,
We don't know that. Like I said, with like machine technologies and all that stuff they can do, maybe a person probably can heal as fast as what like maybe 6 months or something like that. That's a possibility. So that was the earliest I was saying, Damian Lillard could be back, by January. Or it could be already up to a year and be like he'll be back if they're like get farther in the playoffs in May. of next year. So there's a lot of what ifs and stuff that you can talk about, and we really just don't know. But we can see like if there's no situation that it could be possible. But it's like these YouTubers, social media people and stuff like that. They just want somebody on their team like in the big market, which don't it doesn't make sense. Like you have a lot of small market teams since the Bucks won the championship in 2021. All you see is these like a few like small market teams like the Bucks and Suns. Like they both small market teams. And I didn't know Indiana was, but yeah, Indiana and Oklahoma, his NBA Finals, small market team. So I just don't get when these people be saying like I'm not sure about if Denver was a small market team. I'm not sure. We know Boston ain't, but yeah, who did they beat last year? That's crazy. I can't even remember who they beat last year. Um, but yeah, I'm saying it doesn't even matter what team you go to anymore. As long as you feel comfortable, you're making a lot of money because the team that drafted you can get you more money. And I just hated that some of these people, like him, can't see that.
Like, what trades can you possibly make when you don't really have much draft capital?
It doesn't matter if they don't have draft capital. There are some things that can be done. And okay, so my live is about to be shot, so I'm going to try to wrap this up quickly. Um, I'm talking about the YouTube live, so that's probably going to end up being shot in a minute. But okay, because some people don't have that much access and stuff like that. You never know what move they can do to like get more. You don't know. You can just assume because yeah, I'm a big NBA basketball fan, and I know and I see all and stuff like that. And or they can go to the route like me, like yeah, I play high school basketball. I know what I'm talking about. If you actually just watch the game, actually watch it, study it, and actually look at some other videos and stuff like that, you probably would know like things change. It ain't like the like Shaq said, this ain't the '90s anymore. I don't think people will care like if you stay with your team or not. You're still gonna get more money at at the place you got drafted to. So stick with that. And you're seeing people get paid up the wazoo. Like with Giannis, he'll get like a little bit over 54 million this coming season. So is Dame, although he's like hurt. But there's opportunities out there that you can like stay with the same team and like make more money. So I know it wasn't for Dame, but Dame did as much as he could in Portland and just needed to change the scenery. But at least he stayed there for like more than a decade for Portland. So he's done all he can, and I don't like understand that. Mariah, uh, Ariana. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Hello. Okay. Let's just finish this.
You can't carry that both team. You know,
And what's your favorite team? Cool. Look at it. It could be the Lakers.
Gary Trent, Tatum Prince, they're all free agents. And those were big parts of your team. Now, obviously, they can come back, but with no Dame, this team's not going nowhere. I mean, even with
That's not always a possibility. Like the possibility is, some players can get involved with the draft, and I think I mentioned this before, but Bucks are thinking when it comes to their draft pick, they're gonna go with somebody a little bit older, maybe their final year in like playing college ball, like their fourth final year, or there are some players they play their 5 years in college, so that's a possibility. So like I said, look at Malcolm Brogdon when the Bucks got him in the second round, like ended up winning Rookie of the Year, and was like after his senior year in college. I think it was Auburn. I think he went to, but yeah, it's just some of these people don't know. They can just I guess they like us, like they're just like everybody else. Like including myself, like we can throw our opinion out there, but you gotta back it up with facts. And I think that's wrong with some of these YouTubers and some of these social medias. Like they will say or put anything just to get a clickbait. That's all. That's all that some of them are. Like you do anything for clickbait.
And one thing is going nowhere. Kyle Kuzma is awful. See what he did in the postseason. So hopefully, Giannis doesn't ruin his career staying loyal to the Milwaukee Bucks like they did. Importantly, he should have left way earlier. But we'll see what happens. So,
See, if I don't get like people like that, like they think they know it, but then suddenly they end up getting shocked, be like, oh, okay, so he is going to stay, so I need to shut up. It just don't make any sense with some of these people. I swear. Um. Oh yeah. Before we go, we're gonna do one more thing before this end up crashing out. So let's look for. Oh yeah, there we go. NBA trade cap machine. So if you want to do like accurate trades and things like that with the NBA, and also they got one with the NFL in it too. So for you guys that like football and you want to see like your trade machine and stuff like that, and I think they did a mock draft too in the NFL they had on there too. But like anyways, so we're gonna look at see what it takes for if the Bucks decide to get Jordan Poole. I don't think he's around he's around the 30 million mark I believe. But it'll be the saddest story. They try to trade Kyle Kuzma for Jordan Poole, and Wizard be like, no. I don't even think you can do that for up to a year, like make a trade back with a person that you already got in. Let's say, God, I'm about to say this. You see, now I got all switched up. They had Giannis as the number one trainer players to be traded, so they got him down from 1 to 8, and they got Kevin Durant up there as number one. This it just amazed me. It really does. Some people just like really just need to go up. It's like saying that Jimmy Sucks they should give it the older team and redo. So ridiculous. Like I said, like I did with that Kevin Durant trade. So both Damian Lillard and Giannis is making the same amount for for this season. Giannis will be with the Bucks another season after this coming season. Then he has his player option. So okay, you wouldn't blame like Giannis if he end up opting out and the Bucks end up paying him more money. So what? You can pay him for like maybe more money for a few more years and like a few more years while you're in his prime. And certain players they start to decline. Some of them do, some of them don't. So I don't know. I guess if you like LeBron James and pay a lot of money like to take care of your body, then why not? Because the Wizards already got Alex Starr. Of course, you see like with Chris Middleton, they got a player option, and they still got a lot of. I think they at the limit of their like cap space, and they got like already 15 players that already committed. Well, except for let's see, a lot of Conberry team options, so that'd be up to the team. Like I said, they got Alex Shard, that's a rising star. Sean Holmes, Corey Whisper, Marcus Smart. It's probably most likely is going to stay, especially with the Sorry guys. Okay, there we go. So that happens because they think somebody ain't no activity going on there. So apologize about that. Okay, yeah, about 32 million Jordan Poole's going to make this year. Then got player option. So let's just say they say screw it. trade Jordan Poole and wait, I thought they had another Bud Carrington. Well, maybe they decide start him at the starting lineup and they want to give it Jordan Poole. Or you can have Marcus Smart being the starting lineup and get out of like one season. So yeah, they got a lot of picks. So especially this year, they have two first rounders, the number 6 pick and they got the number 18 pick. Second round, of course, they trade their other second round, their personal second round to, Milwaukee. Then it would be up Detroit, but the Wizards had that pick, and they would trade them. So the the Wizards can do anything with the picks they got. So they can either keep all three, or if they want to get rid of second round pick, or they want to add that and Jordan Poole, or somebody on the Bucks. Is like the thing is like, what can the Bucks get? Yeah, 2026. Yeah, they got two first round picks, um, and three, four second round picks. So the Wizards are, you know, even if they have a failed season, this coming season, they'll be okay at least for the next 2 years. Like three, if you want to get lucky, because they got their own first round pick in 2027, then they got multiple second round picks, including their own. So there's a lot they can do with it. Okay, 2028. Okay, so swap rights for that pick. And of course, the swap rights, the Bucks traded them. So yeah, the Bucks got their 2028 pick, and yeah, just after the 2027 season with the Bucks, they'll be done. With that trade they did with for Drew Holiday with Pelicans. So Portland would see the lesser pick of the two. So where Portland will if Milwaukee gets like a lower, which I seriously doubt it. So maybe Portland will keep whatever they had in the first round. Then Milwaukee's pick will be late in the first round, and the Wizards will be getting that. So wait a minute. First round pick projected for selection 15 to 30 if Portland had not okay, if they're not got a pick in the first round to Chicago, they had a pick in the first round by 2027, and Milwaukee 2028 first round pick. So Washington will receive the more favorable. So yeah, there's a lot of confusion and stuff that's going on there. So after this stuff, I'm still confused. So mainly, the 2028, they got two first round picks, two second round picks, and their own 2029 pick and another first. Then you got two second rounds. So depends if they may move, but Washington Wizards is in a good shape. So let's just say they got rid of their 18 pick and traded Jordan Poole. But then again, you're looking at who's going to take them, because it's for doggone sure they ain't going to take Kyle Kuzma back. And I don't know how it can be done. The only thing I can think of is like they got to add like another team into this, and the Bucks were seeing half their young talent, or they decided what, Pat Connaughton did opt in, and we'll use that in the trade package. But if you want to use like Kyle Kuzma and trade him somewhere else, then just like do that and do like a 3-team trade. So that's the only thing I can see out of this. Um, yeah, right now, that's the only thing that probably would make sense. You got to add a third team in this. So it's just, excuse me, it's just all a mess. So we're going to end it from here, and I am going to do those watch those videos, and probably tomorrow I'll probably post up my opinion about it. So stay tuned for that. thank you guys that's watching on WFSO 1 on Twitch. So we try to do live content almost every day on Twitch. So share the channel and let people know what we're doing. We got a lot of content to talk about, like Milwaukee Bucks, wrestling, comic book movies, TV news, and also Milwaukee development. So if you're interested in that, you would like to tune into some of these channels. But most of those stories and stuff like that will be mostly be on our YouTube day or YouTube channel, I should say. Um, Facebook Live, we probably will do another live again. Not sure when, but just like because I think there's nothing else going on like wrestling wise this come week, no like pay per views or anything like that. I think the next one would be WWE United Champions, and like I said, TNA, yeah, they're done with their pay per views until Slammiversary. So yeah, so wrestling is probably gonna be a little bit quiet. I wouldn't say like too quiet, but kind of quiet. So guys, please let people know about this channel, and thanks for joining us, guys. Till the next video. So have a good one, you guys from Twitch, and for you guys watching on so we're gonna like stop with the TikTok thing. So user 287906285159. I think he was on there on Monday. So anyways, welcome to the live, and we're all gonna get out of here. So let people know that y'all what's going on with my personal TikTok channel. And I know I was supposed to do a video about we were supposed to go to the movies, but we ended up not doing that because I was just so tired on Tuesday. So I apologize. So maybe the next time we end up going to like the movies, whatever, which will be sometime this month, we'll probably do like a movie review. So the same thing with the guys on YouTube. So if we get out of here, you guys, until the next video for you, and see you later. Okay, good. More views than Monday. So that's good. Oh, 98 likes. Uh, anyway, this happens sometimes. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Okay, so can we stop this one? So you people that's on Facebook Live, I will tell you all this. I forgot to mention it, on the other ones, but for our YouTube channel, is sponsored by Michael Robin Thompson and also Midwest Wrestling Collective. So if you're interested in collecting some wrestling merch, check out Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook. So there may be something you'd be interested in, and also like and subscribe and YouTube. I think you guys for like the likes, either you're watching live or pre-recorded. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and when we get close to that, we will do a giveaway. So we're hoping we can get there by the end of the year with y'all support. So please subscribe to the channel, or tell your friends though. Share the channel and put you guys on Facebook Live. Share this video on Facebook too. Check us out on our WFSO Radio Network page as well. There's a lot more content in there than especially the content that we like popping on from what we do, like YouTube videos and stuff like that. So you get an opportunity, check it out. For our YouTube channel, we got over 2,700 videos and counting, so y'all get a chance, check them out. It is like Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, so please, check on the men in your life because you might help them more than you ever know. All you gotta do is try. And it is Pride Month too, so all the lesbian, gay, bi, and all that community stuff. So I apologize if it seems bad, like I'm talking bad about them, which I'm not. So respect people. no matter like what they like, what their orientation is, or how they dress, or anything like that. So if they're happy with what they have on, or they're happy with who they are, you should be supporting them, not talking them down. Um, but yeah, I'm going to stop right there because I could get political. But anyways, you guys on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and plus you guys that's watching pre-recorded. Until the next video, you guys have a good one. Man up, face up, and woman up. So until the next video, you guys have a good one, and see you later.